Let's get Abigail Dabiri back on this matter. A good thing she's been a member of the House of Reps in terms of what needs to be done. Well, thank you for joining us again. Well, Dr. Thomas here said things that, yes, countries can give advisory, but we need to do much more than give an advisory. He said the advisory is not enough. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Okay, well, we have Dr. Thomas here who thinks that giving advisory is not exactly enough because such persons had genuine reasons to go in there and that they don't understand why our National Assembly hasn't looked into the matter. And as a country, we need to take a stronger stance on some of these actions meted to Nigerians across the world.
Yes, well, in my own capacity as an advisor, all I've done is advice. And this is the first time that Nigeria as a nation is even giving a travel advisory. So yes, things can be done subsequently. Now, we have just realized that this has happened to some Nigerians. Now, if the Nigerians that it has happened to want to take it up, that would be fine. But they've just come said, listen, this is what our experience and all. So yes, that can happen. That would be a decision for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Assembly to take. But in my capacity as an advisor on issues affecting diaspora, we have made it clear that be careful. Now, I've also heard your analyst say that when you get to the immigration border in any country, the immigration officer has the discretion to let you in or let you out. So, however, if Nigerians or some Nigerians want to come together and say, officially put it down to the embassy, you did this to me, there's no problem about that. I take it up. But in my own small capacity as an advisor, I've said, listen, and I'm even surprised that after this statement, we've had quite a few come up and now talk about their experiences. So I think we should understand what his points, which is okay, and other points too. But in this case, this is a travel advisory. America also issues travel advisory. They tell you, don't go to this place, don't go to that place, don't go to this place, it's dangerous. This may happen to you. So this is a travel warning. And let's separate that from issue of policy. If the National Assembly or the ministry decides they want to do something, I'm sure they know the right things to do. But this instance, for the first time, we're saying that this is a travel advisory from Nigeria to Nigerians.
We get that point, though, but do you, as an advisor, would you advise the country to retaliate some of these actions that other countries take against us?
Not at this stage. It's individuals. Like the Celestine guy who was actually maltreated at the immigration point. I was told to prove that, I think he was actually humiliated, that caliber. He only told the story, not even officially. I think I read it somewhere, saw it on television, and he's in America now, doing what he has to do. He didn't say, I'm so humiliated, I'm returning back. So it depends on, I cannot start fighting for you if you don't want to fight for yourself. So if there are Nigerians who feel humiliated, I want to take up with the U.S. Embassy, of course that is possible. But in this instance, let's appreciate what this office has done, which is to say that this is happening, you better know. We won't see this happen and not tell you. This is happening, you should know. And like I said, some of those that one went for a function to greet somebody. And when he got to the border, it's like, well, you can't convince us why you're coming. And without even telling him any reason why, just kept him, humiliated him, and returned him back. So let's just separate all that. Mine is, I've given a travel advisory because of complaints to this office. And if Nigerians, or there are Nigerians, there are cases that even this office has taken up with even the U.S. Embassy that was amicably resolved. So it depends on the next steps to take. But at this point, let's appreciate the fact that we have issued a travel advice to our people. Just like also issues to its own people. You can now go if you want, or you can decide you are going or not. But you cannot say you were not told that this has happened. It will be irresponsible to say this is happening and we're not telling people. So let's just get that fact clear. But I appreciate all the comments. There's no problem about that. This is the first time this is happening under this administration. When you're even issuing a travel advisory, it's the first beginning, and I say it to our own people. If you just know, so that you know where you're going, what you're going for.
Do we then say that it's just the advisory that we're going to expect from the government?
The advisory is to our own Nigerians. You know, there are issues with immigration in America now. And like I said, even the new travel advisory talks of countries of concern. Nobody has mentioned what the countries of concern are. So anything can happen to anybody. And America will tell you that at the point of immigration, the power is with the immigration officer. There's nothing you can do about that. If the immigration officer says, well, this is discretion to decide whether you're coming in or not. So we're saying that just ensure. Okay, one of the people that cases we got to know, the person who was going to see apparently is not. They will call the person you're going to meet, and if they're not convincing about that person's status in America, they will send you back. So those are the issues that we're saying, that just know what you're going to do, ensure that you can convince them when you're coming. And it could happen to anybody, anytime, any country, until these issues are properly resolved and on the table. If it is not compelling, if you're only just going to attend something, you're only going to buy something, you're only going to do something, be a bit more careful. That is the essence of the advisory.
Well, Dr. Thomas is also, permit me to just come in at this point. Dr. Thomas is actually making reference to the point that we have failed as a nation to try to protect the interests of Nigerians outside of this country, with reference to this scenario playing out in the United States. We have failed to give ourselves that worthiness. What are you doing to change this perception that the Nigerian government can really do nothing, according to what Dr. Thomas seems to be saying?
I don't get this, because I didn't hear everything Dr. Thomas said, so I really don't know what you said. But the Nigerian, I didn't really get the question. Because I didn't hear what he said.
Saying that we have failed as a country, or the government has failed to keep that identity of Nigeria as a country that is strong. And because of that, we are open to vulnerabilities, and that is hurting this country. What are you doing to change that?
No, I think that one is about all of us. You know, I keep telling Nigerians, let us believe in ourselves. Let us have faith in ourselves. Let us, look, you cannot, someone tells you you are a thief and you accept you're a thief. Because one person is a thief, you generalize, and then you accept that yourself. So that is about us, our values as a people. You know, who are we? And that's why what we try to do, we celebrate the good in Nigerians in the diaspora. When you say one Nigerian has committed a crime, there are 10,000 that are doing great things. So we focus on the ones doing great things. And nobody will do it for us but ourselves. International media will not celebrate you. You have to do it yourself. And even Nigerians in diaspora, in America in particular, two groups got together, and they're actually helping those who have challenges at the airports with this Trump era. So I think that goes back to all of us. You know, why do we allow ourselves to be...
Okay, let me quickly drop this one. Do we expect the government to direct any communication whatsoever to the American embassy in Nigeria, asking for questions or explanation? What do we expect?
Like I said, this is a travel advisory. And if more cases like this are compiled, of course. You know, but we also expect America to take note. You know, that we have said this is going on. So the next step, I don't know, but right now, it's not about any relationship, but let's take it as a travel advisory, which is normal, which is acceptable, which is saying, well, this may happen to you. So the next steps, I think we also watch and see how the immigration matter goes. Nigeria is not on the list, so we don't expect Nigeria to be treated shabbily, but this has happened in the midst of confusion, and that's why we said, let the immigration policy become clearer.
All right.
If you are not...
We appreciate your talking to us this morning. Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa is the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs and the Diaspora. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's our concluding moments now with Dr. Dapo Thomas. Well, we've heard Abike Dabiri speak, say as much as she can, but do you think that really Nigeria is going to retaliate as you love them?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I've given two reasons why they cannot. That we do not take our own national security serious. That's why immigration customs, those who are supposed to be doing those kind of things, they are interested in monetary inducements than the national security itself. And then our lawmakers cannot also, you know what I'm saying in essence is, if there is a publicized situation or a publicized case where a Nigerian on a legitimate trip abroad, particularly United States, is treated with humiliation, let us also invite the press, treat one American, whether from Total or from Mobil or anywhere, one of these multinationals, treat them like that. When they come, whether legitimately, I mean definitely legitimately, they will have visa, they have everything. Also strip them naked. Give them exam to write.
But you can't do that for no just cause.
No, you won't publicize it. If somebody, if for instance, if I'm stripped naked, not in the open, definitely they won't do that in the open. So let us.
But they don't strip people naked. It's just normal.
I have seen maybe two cases, you know, and not naked. But the guy told us when he came back to the plane, you know, we were on the same queue, but he was, I think he's from Iran or one of these countries, you know, so he was taken aside. You know, he almost missed the plane. So when he came back, he said, do you know what this moral focus did to me? So we now asked what they did. He said they stripped him naked. You know, so he said that they stripped him naked. You know, he was still able to make the plane. He was leaving US. You know, but, you know, I think it was just 3 years into the 9 September, 11 thing. So that was what happened. So I'm not saying strip people naked, but I'm saying whatever. If they do that to us, then you can do that to them. Don't look at them and say, Oyinbo should not be treated this way. So if a black man can be treated that way, why not? We can treat them that way.
So, but the thing now is this, I mean, you can have all your legitimate reasons, you can still be turned back before you enter the US.
Yes, that one is allowed.
That's what it is. No, even if you've been there 10 times, you can still be turned back, from the look of things now.
No, there is nobody who says you can't be turned back. If they have very good reasons to turn you back, yes, they should. Because even if they suspect that you have links with terrorist organization, they can. If those who invite you over there, if they are not, if they don't have credible profile, yes, they can turn you back. You know, anybody can turn anybody back. But what we are saying is that please don't treat us with humiliation. Right. Nigeria is a very big country. It's the biggest country in Africa.
That's
one of the biggest in black, in black Africa. I mean, all over the world. One of the biggest countries all over the world.
That's where we have to anchor this morning. Dr. Dapo Thomas is of the Department of History and International Studies in Lagos State University. Thank you very much indeed for coming on this morning.
It's a pleasure.
And that's the show today. We appreciate your comments as well today and for letting us be a part of your day today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain. So.
Many thanks indeed for being a part of the show and for sending in those tweets. Unfortunately, we cannot take the emails that you've sent. We'll try to revisit them when we can. Many thanks indeed for being part of the show. I'm Gimba Umar.